Oracle of Ages and Seasons released on the Game Boy Color back in 2001, and players were given not one, but two lands to explore. The Land of Holodrum in Oracle of Seasons, and the Land of Labyrinthia in Oracle of Ages. In Oracle of Seasons, you are tasked with rescuing Din, the Oracle of Seasons, from Onyx, the General of Darkness. However, in Oracle of Ages, you are tasked with rescuing Nehru, the Oracle of Ages, from the evil witch Varen. 2 games, 2 different worlds, both brought back for Nintendo Switch Online, and what you'll find when you play them is that they are more connected than you may think. So I have to get this out of the way to start off. If you've never played a classic top-down Zelda game, these are definitely not the ones to start with. I would suggest maybe starting with Minish Cap, as it's a bit more friendly in terms of difficulty and guiding you through the story. These games, after finishing each dungeon, give you a very vague clue as to where you're supposed to go next. So if you want something that's a bit more friendly in difficulty and guiding you through the story, Minish Cap is probably the way to go. But anyhow, back to the gameplay of these games. The gameplay follows the style of the original Zelda that released on the NES back in 1986, and gives Link new powers to change the world around him. In Oracle of Seasons, Link is given the Rod of Seasons that allows him to, you guessed it, cycle through all 4 seasons. I really enjoyed using the Rod of Seasons and seeing how the world around me might be affected. For example, there might be an area that is overtaken by water, but if you change the season to winter, you can freeze it and walk over it. Or there might be a high ledge that seems impossible to get past. Change the season to summer, and suddenly you have vines to climb. It's cool to see how parts of the world change as you cycle through the different seasons. In Oracle of Ages, however, Link is given a harp known as the Harp of Ages. When played, the harp can transport Link backwards and forwards through time, pretty much what the Master Sword could do in Ocarina of Time. The Land of Labyrinthia is split in 2, the present and the past, and depending on what Link does in the past, it could change what ends up happening in the future. Traversing time also plays into the game's dungeons. Take the 6th dungeon, Mermaid's Cave, for example. The beginning starts out in the present, and the dungeon is ruined and decayed, and after exploring it enough, you eventually are required to go back outside, traverse time, and enter the dungeon again from the past. And when you do, the dungeon is completely restored to its normal state, and you have to go back through it again and solve even more puzzles that are littered throughout. Though these games take place in their separate worlds and have their own separate dungeons and villains, the story is what connects them both. There is a greater villain behind Onyx and Varen, and if you complete both games, you will get to see who that villain is, and I have to say that it is very much worth it. The true final boss of these games was a great challenge and a great reward for playing and completing both of these games. Another way that these games are connected is through Furore, the Oracle of Secrets. Furore was supposed to be part of a 3rd game that Nintendo ended up canceling. Furore keeps a log of the secret passcodes that certain characters might give you throughout your adventures in both games. You can then use these codes to gain extra items and special rewards. For example, a character in Labyrinthia might tell you to visit someone in Holodrum and tell them the following code. When you do, you'll get rewarded. And the same scenario can happen vice versa. A character in Holodrum may tell you to visit someone in Labyrinthia, tell them the code, and you get rewarded. When it comes to the difficulty, both of these games have their fair share of it. Oracle of Ages is big on the puzzle-solving aspect of Zelda, so expect a lot of intricate puzzles to be thrown your way. Oracle of Seasons, on the other hand, is big on combat, so expect enemies to wither your health away if you're not prepared. But once you beat one game, you are given a code that will continue the journey into the next game. For example, I beat Oracle of Seasons first, and at the very end, I was given a code to continue my journey in Oracle of Ages. All in all, if you enjoy the classic top-down Zelda style, you will probably like this game, and if you are a fan of, say, the remastered version of Link's Awakening or the original, then I would definitely give these a try, because a lot of the items and gameplay from that game are present in this game as well. Overall, these games definitely show their age, and if you're someone who is just not into the old-school style of Zelda, then you might not like these games. However, I can safely say that I enjoyed going back to them again, and I'm glad I don't have to dig out my 3DS anymore to do so. And who knows, maybe one day we'll get the canceled 3rd game that Nintendo was going to give us. But now I want to know what you guys think. Are you going to give the Oracle games a try? Comment below and let me know. And if you've experienced the Oracle games, tell me which one is your favorite. And until the next video everyone, thanks for watching and take care.